Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to my channel. We are talking about Sydney Grace eyeshadows today. This is an indie brand. If you didn't know, it's called Sydney Grace Co.com. It's an online brand. It's an indie brand. It's female owned and it's, I think, hang on. It's in California, yeah. It's Oroville, California. Just it has the address on their website, so it says Oroville, California. So it's based in the States, indie brand and female owned. This brand has gained some serious momentum, you guys, on in social media. A lot of very trusted beauty influencers have spoken very positively about this brand. Stephanie Nicole, her friend Ripley, and a lot more of people actually. I can't recall everyone, but a lot of people have spoken really highly of this brand. So I want to try it. I did feature this brand in the products that I wish to buy and try this year. So yeah, they had a sale recently. I don't know when. Not recently, you guys. I think it's been over a month. Yeah, I've had these shadows. Oh, I had this when I did the makeup haul video. So I've had this for a while now and I've used these shadows many times, a lot of times. So I just wanted to come here and tell you guys, I was very excited when I made that video, the makeup that I want to try. And then I just want to tell you guys whether these shadows have lived up to the expectations, that the hype that people have built around on social media. So yeah, let's just get into it, you guys. I just wanted to give you guys a quick intro, not a lot of information obviously, but just a quick intro. If you didn't know, this brand was formerly known as Feather River Body. I think the body name comes from the fact that they used to sell bath and body products earlier, and then they transitioned to makeup. So now it's called Sydney Grace. So the website is sydneygraceco.com, and they have a lot of products. They have loose good glitters, loose highlighters, loose pigments, blushes, pressed highlighters, and then for powder, and they also have cream shadows. I've heard some really good reviews on the cream shadows, but I didn't buy it during this this particular shopping incident because I really wanted to take baby steps. I did not want to spend a lot because yes, the pricing is actually really good, but it's not very cheap. You can easily end up spending $100, you guys. If you lose control even a little bit, you end up spending a lot of money here. So with respect to that pressed powder eyeshadows, there are three finishes that they have. They have their mattes, which retail for $5 each. So they don't come with a packaging or anything, so these are just pans. You definitely need a magnetic palette, which you'd have to spend separately. If you've never had one, I think that adds to the cost of these products as well. Just in case, just information. So the matte eyeshadows retail for $5 each, and then you have your shimmer eyeshadows. I think they are satin finish or soft shimmers. Often I've seen on their Instagram page that whenever they feature the shimmer eyeshadows, they say that you can just buff it into the crease and it'll give like a very soft, like a very luminous finish. So I think shimmer eyeshadows are soft shimmers. And then they also have something called the pressed pigment shadows. So these are the, at least from what the way they market it, is like intense like pigment and intense payoff and very metallic kind of finishes. So the pressed pigment eyeshadows retail for $6. The shimmer shadows and the matte shadows retail for $5. Both are $5 each. And then the pressed pigments, they retail for $6. I haven't gone very in-depth about with respect to the pricing with the other products because I really wanted to try the eyeshadows first, because people have been really raving about their quality and stuff like that. So I do like their website. The layout, it's very clean. It's very clean, to be honest. It's not cluttered, and you can just browse and see. Oh, and they have some seriously good swatches on a lot of skin tones, you guys, with not for all eyeshadows, but with their older eyeshadows, I presume they have swatches on different skin tone. With the new eyeshadows, I think they looks like they have swatches on only one skin tone, light skin tone. But the older matte eyeshadows and shimmer eyeshadows, they have swatches on a variety of skin tones. So that is very good. And they do have a description of each shade, I think. Yeah, they do have like a description. Like for example, the shade Lost, they describe it as a medium green matte. So they do have a description of what the shade is and swatches. So I do like it. What else? This is something that kind of bothers me a little tiny bit, but okay, I'm always on the consumer side because I'm a consumer, I'm a retail consumer, so I'm always on the consumer side. But they have like come up with a bundles. They have the most popular products like Natasha Denona's Tropic palette and Natasha Denona's Mini Sunset palette. They've just come up with dupes of these eyeshadows from the Tropics palette within their own collection, and they've formed a bundle and they just market it. I mean, yes, it's a very, very good deal. Like, you pay $48 for the bundle that Sydney Grace offers, all of the 15 shades I think Natasha Denona has in the Tropics palette, and that retails for $129, and this is only $48. So that's good, but I don't know. It's incredibly creative of Natasha Denona to come up with that color scheme. At least the bottom row, it looks beautiful. The looks that she's come out with, although I don't like really love her formula, the color selection is amazing. It's like truly, truly beautiful. I don't know, it just bothers me a tiny bit about the fact that they kind of took her idea and then come up with a more cost-effective thing. I know, I think it would not have bothered me if a beauty influencer or like a co-consumer, a fellow consumer did that. If she like she or he had come up with like a dupe list and swatched and showed that to us and said that, oh, instead of buying the Tropics palette, buy this, it would not have bothered me at all. But for a brand itself to do that, I don't know. What do you guys think? Because yes, if you can find something for a less price, go for it, definitely. But there's also another problem, because I really wanted to check if these are really actual dupes, and I did buy two of I did not buy the bundle, obviously. I bought these two colors, which Sydney Grace claims to be the dupes for two colors in the Natasha Denona palette. And as I swatch it, I will tell you guys if they really are dupes or not. But yeah, because if they aren't dupes and if they are like just close, very close colors, I'm really not happy about them selling it as the Natasha Denona Tropic Palette bundle. Or maybe they're making a disclaimer, something, a comparison shade, or some we did not do. Oh yeah, they actually say that we did not dupe these shades, so several of them are as close as we have in our product line. The main differences are as follows. Oh, they've actually gone quite deep in the differences. For example, Gusti versus Golden Strawberry. Golden Strawberry is their dupe, and Gusti is a shade from Natasha Denona. And then Mint Frost versus Mint Green. Mint Frost is the shade from the Tropic palette, and Mint Green is their Sydney Graces. So they haven't outright like said that, oh, this is just a bundle, just buy it. They have like really, they've been very polite about it, which I really appreciate. Anyways, guys, that's not important. Let's get into the swatches. I'm so sorry, I've just spoken to you guys for so long just for... Oh, by the way, they have like they have a flat shipping rate, which is $4. So wherever you are, you have to pay that, irrespective of, even if you're in the States, you're going to have to pay that money. So I picked up these 4 mattes and 2 shimmers. I definitely wanted to buy a lot of mattes, guys, because the mattes have been really popular. So $5 for the mattes, and you get 1.8 grams of product. And I think this is a cruelty-free brand. Yes, guys, I think it's cruelty-free. So this is It's a Boy. The pigmentation is definitely, it's not patchy. As you can see, it just goes on beautifully. That's It's a Boy. It's like a navy blue. And then this is Oasis. This is a shadow which they say that is a dupe for that beautiful, like a sea blue color, like a beautiful turquoise blue color that Natasha Denona has. This is not, because this is much lighter. The shade from the Tropic palette is much deeper, and in fact when you apply it on the eyes it kind of deepens still. This is definitely more lighter and has a more white base to it than the Natasha Denona ones. That's just my opinion. And then it blend. Oh, by the way, these two really have good pigmentation. They blend beautifully. They just blend as you apply them. Then this is Regal. Regal is another color they say that is dupe for the purple shade on in the Tropics palette. Again, obviously they say it's like a close dupe. Obviously they don't claim it to be a real dupe, but I'm just using the word dupe. So this is much muted and more grayish. The purple in the pastel purple in the Tropics palette is more brighter and more pastel. This, as you can see, is more grungy and definitely more grayish. In fact, on my skin tone it looks more grayish and not at all purple. So this is, I don't think it's not even qualified to be called as a dupe, or at least on my skin tone it just does not look like that at all. So, and but the quality on that is good. All three shadows, matte shadows, quality is very good. And this is Plum Wrong. Beautiful plum color. The pigmentation is beautiful, you guys, with this. So beautiful. The color is stunning. Just beautiful, beautiful color. I cannot, like, so beautiful. And it blends beautifully, lasts so well. And then let's move on to the pressed pigment, guys. This is the pressed pigment Coral Reef. It's like a true coral red metallic eyeshadow, guys. It's quite rare if you ask me. There are all these red metallic eyeshadows that in the market, but this is like a really coral beautiful shade. I would not call these pressed pigments foiled, if you ask me, you guys. The pigmentation is there, the pigmentation is solid, it's not crumbly, it's not sheer, but it's not foiled. No way. I feel they're not foiled at all. And this is again another pressed pigment, and this is the Lost Princess. And this is just your typical red, but it's kind of has this orange tone to it, which makes it a little bit vibrant. Again, I don't know, not very foiled, if you ask me. So those are the colors that I got. Review wise, the mattes are beautiful. They are pigmented, they are so creamy, they're so buttery to touch, so creamy and buttery to touch, and they're so smooth and so finely milled. They actually blend beautifully on the eyes. What else, you guys? They're pigmented, they blend beautifully, they last well, no problem with how long they last. And with the metallics, the pressed pigments, I don't know, they're not very foiled or anything. The pigmentation is there, they're solid, fully pigmented, full opacity, but they're not very metallic. So price wise, I feel something that I can compare this is with ColourPop. I know ColourPop's eyeshadows is slightly less expensive, but I don't think you get a lot of products in ColourPop's single pan eyeshadows, pressed in eyeshadows. Here you get 1.8 grams, which is a lot of product, guys. 1.8 grams is a lot. So you do get a lot of product. I suggest these over ColourPop's pressed eyeshadows. I know people love them and they say that great pigmentation, they blend well. I don't know, I don't feel that ColourPop's pressed powder eyeshadows last on me that well. I absolutely adore their Super Shock eyeshadows. They are just phenomenal quality, but the pressed powder are not that much really. I just feel they are very overhyped, and just probably because of the fact that they are so inexpensive and everybody can afford them, and they're always on trend at too. ColourPop, you know, they're like always constantly releasing all the you know, in fashion or in trend colors at a very inexpensive price. So I think that's what really gets people's attention. So yeah, it's very consumer friendly in that way. Things that are on trend, very less expensive, easy shipping, and very good customer service as well. If you ask me, I've never had bad customer service with them. So it's like they have like everything in place, so that's why people gravitate towards ColourPop. But if you're just looking for really good quality eyeshadows and if you're willing to spend a little bit more, I would say definitely check out Sydney Grace. They have really good products. Will I buy metallics from them? Probably not. I'm very interested in their cream shadows. I really want to see how they are, but if they come out with some really fun matte eyeshadows, I definitely check them out. Definitely. I'm very happy about their mattes. Not so much for their shimmers. For shimmers, very less, not very less quality. Inexpensive, very high quality shimmers, I'm always going to pick ColourPop's Super Shock eyeshadows over anything. Definitely, that's my go-to, you guys, when it comes to shimmers. But for mattes, I think, yeah, Sydney Grace definitely is there. Very good quality. I do recommend it, but the shimmers for $6, I don't think they're all that much, you guys. For $6, with they don't even have their own packaging. They come only in pans, so you will have to, you know, buy your separate magnetic pans. So I'm not too crazy about their shimmers because they're kind of on the expensive side. And what for? You know, there are so many brands that have like your usual, of course, the opacity. It's completely opaque, blends beautifully. Quality wise, it's good, but I feel it could be more reflective. So anyways, that's just my opinion. If you're really intrigued and if you want to try a brand, definitely try it for yourself and see, because just buy one eyeshadow, because they don't have this you know, free shipping if you spend to a particular limit of money or anything. So just buy 2 eyeshadows and see if you like it. So yeah, we've come to the end of this video. Hope you guys found this video useful. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it. I will see you guys very soon.